Hey y'all, it's Alicia and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. Well, if you're new here, and there are several of you that are new, we want to say welcome to our crafty family and our community. We hope you're super comfortable here. If you're new to crafting, we hope that you feel comfortable sharing your projects and participating in challenges. And if you're just new to YouTube but not new to crafting, well, we certainly hope you'll just jump right in. And to my returning folks, happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday. Thank you all so much for listening to my very strange story that happened yesterday. I actually read all of your comments and I'm going to go back this morning and respond to them. But I really appreciate it. It was a moment. It was a moment. And I think especially today, the day that I always use for reflection and scheduling and planning, I think today I'm going to allow myself a chunk of time, probably around 4 hours or so, to just do whatever strikes my fancy. So I'm not going to worry about putting away the rest of the stuff on the sofa. I'm not going to overstress about whatever. I'm just going to take 4 hours. If I want to die cut, I'm going to die cut. If I want to work on one of the projects I have going, I'm going to work on the project. If I want to do that while watching a tearjerker Hallmark movie, that's what I'm going to do. If I want to read for an hour and then do a little floral making, that's what I'm going to do. And that's a form of self-care for me. The other things that I've been doing is that every night I have been cleaning all the light switches, all the handles that I touch all the time, like to the fridge and the microwave and the dishwasher and the washing machine that flooded, with rubbing alcohol. And I take my keys and I clean them in my keychain and my wallet, not the nice cell phone wallet that Cruz gifted me. I love that thing. So when this started, I took an old wallet I had and I transferred everything into that, because that I don't mind cleaning with rubbing alcohol, because I don't care if it gets ruined. And I clean out all my hand sanitizer bottles that I made. And when that Sabrina Crafty Mom and Son sent me, I clean the outside of those, and basically I just disinfect everything. It's a little strong for me at night, that smell. It's, especially after I wash the floor with Fabuloso on top of that. It's a lot of rubbing alcohol and Fabuloso. But it just makes me feel better, and it's a way of caring for myself. It's no guarantee. Believe me. I know I could walk down the street and the wrong person passes me and I breathe in at the same time and that's it. But it does make me feel better, like I'm investing in my own care. So I think that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm hoping today for you is Self-Care Sunday, because I do think this is a lot for all of us to manage, even if it's just subconsciously ticking. So I want you to, or I'm encouraging you, I guess, to do something that gives you some peace and some happiness and some joy. And for me, that's crafting, it's cartooning, it's reading. I might just do all of those things while watching a Hallmark tearjerker movie, because I like those. I told y'all, I'm a sucker for a weepy story. So I think I'm just going to section off part of my day for that. We had some surprising news. We were supposed to have an extra week of spring break at school, but we're actually going back to work tomorrow. Yeah. So my little classroom is not quite ready yet, because I thought I had an extra week. I still have a sofa. Now, I could rush and do a not so great job and have it ready, but I don't want to do that after all the work I've put into reorganizing. So I'm going to do my first week at my dining table, like where I often do project shares that I want to do up close, because that's a good spot for it. And then I can finish this at my own leisure and do it properly and then move it into the other room. So that's my plan. It does mean, however, this week I am back to work full time. And that's going to be interesting, because I'm trained to teach online. I've taught online often and through the web, so I'm not uncomfortable. I want to do a couple of dry runs with the technology, but beyond that, I'm very comfortable. I have to make some modifications still further to our lesson plans, but I'm pretty much ready to go. However, there are only a few of us that are trained to teach online, and I need to be a resource for my colleagues and friends who have never done this and have loads of anxiety about doing it. And they also thought they had an extra week to adjust, and now we start tomorrow. So I suspect this coming week, folks, is going to be very, very busy for me. And it might be more emotionally exhausting, because the teaching hours are going to be longer just by nature. The funny thing about online and web teaching that I think a lot of professors always think it's going to be easier, and it's actually more hours. It's more hours than in class. Because in class, your students think on the spot and they ask you questions. And when you're web teaching or doing online teaching, for whatever reason, that tends to happen afterwards. And it's just until students get used to it. It doesn't happen for the whole term, but it is going to happen initially. And I know that because I'm experienced at doing it. So I know this coming week is going to be a little rough. So here's what I've decided I'm going to do. I'm going to do a video in the mornings as usual. I don't know what time in the morning. It'll depend on the work day. And I'll do at least one video at night. But I'm not going to commit to more than that just because this week is going to be difficult. And I know that, and tiring. So I want to make sure that I can invest everything I have into my teaching and into my project shares and still have time to do all of the crafting I have to do, not just for my design team, but for other things. So I just want to let you know that next week is probably going to be a week that's going to be a little video light during the week, just because it's the nature of the beast. It's our first week back, and we're going back a week earlier than we anticipated. So it means cramming lots in. But I hope that today you take time to do something that makes you happy. I hope you're doing the same thing. I hope you make yourself a priority. Maybe you can't do it for the 4 hours I'm setting aside, but maybe you could do it for an hour. Maybe today you can say, I'm entitled to an hour to do something that really gives me joy. And I really hope that for you. I truly do. There are some fabulous videos out at the moment. I don't know if you've seen Wandy'ssweets' really great tutorial on how she makes a shaker without using acetate. I thought it was fabulous, and I was like, this is a great video. It's a really simple and easy one. I'm going to link it down below, and I'm going to put an end screen for it also. You should check it out. I'm getting better at making those acetate shakers. It took a lot of practice, and that, you know what? The glue mechanism does make a difference. But even so, I thought this was great. And if I'd had this tutorial like a year ago, boy, it would have made my life a lot easier. So I highly suggest you watch it. But there are a ton of great videos up at the moment. Wonderful project shares and interesting projects. And don't forget that we have a number of challenges. You know, I was going to say this. What's really funny is that we went from having very few challenges to having so many, like more than 10. And that was a lot. But now that a lot of people are quarantined or at home or are working from home and are looking for things to fill their hours, I think these challenges are a huge blessing. Maybe if I have a chance, and I can't promise it, but if I have a chance, when I'm compiling the mail, do not mail list that I have to share with you, perhaps I'll remind you of a list of challenges that are out there, but there are tons. Monty, Sabrina, this is off the top of my head, this is without looking at a note. Monty, Sabrina, Kathy, Scary Carrie, Alice, Alicia Love Letter Generation, Deb Hendrick. Did I say Monty the Polka Dot Pine Cone? I mean, there's tons out right now. I mean, I just listed 8 off the top of my head. There's more. Sabrina Crafty Mom and Son, 9. I mean, that's off the top of my head. There's more. So there's tons going on, folks. So if you want to work on something and you are doing mail, then what a wonderful opportunity. And even if you're not mailing out till afterwards, you know what you can do? You can make the project, do a VR, and then send it out after this is done. That's great too. So there's lots to do and lots of positive things to work on. And I think that we are so lucky to have this community and each other. Because, you know, nobody is isolated in quarantine if they're part of a YouTube crafty family. Right? All right, y'all. Please keep Anna Stratus, Heart to Hand Creations, in your thoughts. She's still feeling unwell. Please keep Sabrina and Zach in your thoughts. And please, let's hope that everyone who isn't feeling well, also carry them in your thoughts. And let's just hope for a happy, healthy, and super creative day. All right, y'all. I'll see you later on. Bye for now.